We've made all sorts of pizza styles on the channel over the past couple years, you know, from deep dish to Detroit style. However, as somebody who makes pizzas, there's one thing that keeps me up at night, that haunts my very existence. The question being, is my pizza good enough to sell? Will people spend their hard-earned guala on my pizza and be stoked on the end result? So in order to verify myself as a true pizza guy, I've turned my apartment courtyard into a full-blown pizzeria. Basically, we're going to trap pizza out the back of the crib. All right, let's make some Zosky. I like Zosky. I'm a Zosky guy. Little dumb, little stupid, but I'm kind of dumb and stupid. All right, let's start with the sauce. You know them, you love them. These are whole canned San Marzano tomatoes straight from Italy. If you can find crushed San Marzano tomatoes, you can totally just use that too. Immediately spill. We're just going to pulse these up in my trusty old food processor until nice and chunky. Don't overmix here, we want to have a bit of texture in the sauce. We're keeping this sauce really simple. All you need is a bit of salt, some minced garlic, and good olive oil. Just add that all into the crushed tomatoes, give it a schmixy, and that's literally all you do. Just pop that in the fridge. You can do this a couple of days in advance for best results. We really want those flavors to meld. Next up, le fromage. Go ahead and blitz that up in a food processor, or if you're an absolute animal, you can grate it by hand. There was literally no way I was gonna run through 15 pounds of cheese that way. Nice job! Woo! And luckily for me, the food processor was able to make it through the prep without starting an electrical fire. Just barely. Now let's get going on the most important part of the pizza, the dough. This dough is about 71% hydration, which is considerably wet. So yeah, we're gonna start off with our water, our yeast, and our sugars. Mix the cold water, sugars, and yeast into a large container and let that get nice and bubbly. Then add in your olive oil. After testing a couple different types, I've chosen to use all-purpose flour for this pizza for a more delicate and tender texture. But you can totally use bread flour too.
You got dough gloves, bro.
Now go ahead and mix that flour into the yeasted water until a shaggy dough forms. All right. We just pre-mixed this stuff. It's a shaggy dough now. What we gotta do now is wait 30 minutes. This step is called the auto-lease. This is a lot of dough, and the auto-lease kind of gives us a jump start in gluten formation because the flour particles are hydrated by the water. Now, I realize this is a ridiculous amount of dough to make in a home kitchen. We're looking good. You know, we do not have access to a professional stand mixer, so we're gonna lean on Father Time to do most of the work for us in terms of gluten formation. Pop your salt on top of the dough, then knead it until that salt is worked in. Once the dough is elastic and strong, pop it in an oiled container, cover her up, then let it bulk ferment in the fridge for 24 hours. Please hold. Look at that fridge, that's how it's done. Woo! Now it's time to shape the dough into dough balls. As you can see, she grew. Okay, a little lubricant. As you put the dough away, be sure to leave at least 2 inches between each dough ball if you can. The extra room is just going to ensure that they proof well. Now pop those portion dough balls back in the fridge for 16 to 18 hours and let time continue to work its magic. Remember, longer fermentation means more flavorful dough. Sauce done, cheese done, dough done, toppings done. The only thing left to do now is transform this whole place into a pizzeria. Yeah. Making 30 pizzas to order by yourself is a bit of a heavy lift, but luckily for me, I have some very talented cook buddies who took on the challenge with me. Now, you always gotta make a test pizza before each pizza making sesh. To test the oven, to get the technique down, to ensure that everything is working properly, so that's what we did here. There are 3 pizzas available to order this go-around. We got a pepperoni, we got a cheese, and a Chicago classic spicy Italian sausage and giardiniera, which is just a hot pepper medley. Those pepperonis are very special. Shout out Derek from Pauly G's for hooking those up. You can only buy them at restaurants through wholesale. It's puffy, but she's pretty and cute. All the pizzas turned out great, but I'm really happy on how the flavor turned out on the pepperoni pie. The smoked black pepper ricotta on that pizza was just fantastic. And if you'd like to learn how to make that, I have it posted over on Patreon for those of you who support over there. Alright, Alright, moment of truth. Pre-service jitters are fully kicked in, guests are starting to arrive. Let's make some pizza.
No, none of that's for you.
He's like, give me that pep.
Pizza making, just like any other cooking, is all about the prep, or mise en place. If you have all your ingredients at the ready, things properly portioned out and organized, then the actual cooking comes pretty easily. Well, you always gotta account for things going wrong, which they always do, but for the most part, you should be good. And to those of you wondering what style of pizza this is, there's not really an actual, probably official name for it. I just kind of made it up. You can call it an artesian pie, maybe. It lives somewhere in the middle of, like, I guess, New York and Neapolitan. What matters is that you get a nice char on that crust.
Took that bite so aggressively, I cracked my sunglasses. I felt it. They're in this pocket. Don't even care.
Dune.
I understand not many of you are probably looking to make 30 pounds of dough and like a ton of sauce at the crib, so I got a full recipe for you over on my website on a smaller scale if you're interested. If you have a specific style of pizza that you want me to make, or you want me to tackle, or you want to see a video on, go ahead and comment that below. Love to hear what you guys are thinking. Thank you so much to everybody involved, especially to Zach and Max for being beasts on the pizza oven.
How's the pizza? It's really good.
You like?
Really good.
How does everybody like the pizza?
Yum!
The kids half of the table doing over here. I should put a couple of dreidels on there. The only thing better than cooking for friends and fam is cooking for a good cause. All the profits from this shindig went to help my neighborhood food bank. We were able to give those guys a bunch of grub, and I couldn't be happier about it. Turning my apartment courtyard into a little bistro or pizza place has been something I've wanted to do since moving in, so very stoked about this video. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.
Smile for the camera.
Can you add a glow to this and post?
That's a pizza. That's what they're saying these days, I think. Oh, yeah. That's a perfect finish.